Well, the jobs report out today showing 263,000 jobs added in September. The executive vice president of the National Taxpayers Union, Brandon Arnold, joins us for more on this developing story. Brandon, welcome to the program. How do you read these figures?
Well, they're disappointing. Economists suggested that we would have about 275,000 jobs added this month. We're slightly below that figure. But what's more concerning here is the trend line. The trend line shows that the economy is slowing. The job market is starting to loosen. That's good news for small businesses who have had a very difficult time hiring and retaining employees. But it's bad news for the overall economy as it's pushing us closer and closer to a recession.
Yeah, where exactly is this going when you see less than the jobs predicted added, according to the Labor Department? But the unemployment rate, by the way, is at 3.5%. But where is this going with inflation, with the Fed continuing to hike interest rates? That doesn't seem to be slowing. If this continues to happen, consumers stop buying as much as they did. How do you recover?
Well, that's tricky because the Fed has showed that they've had very little hesitation to continue this aggressive rate increase approach that they've implemented over the past several months. So we are going to see continued increases in inflation rates. That's, again, bad news for small businesses because a lot of them finance their operations using debt. And as debt gets more expensive, it's harder to meet your day-to-day needs as a small business. It's also, I think, bad news for workers, particularly in the short term, because as wages fall, as the job market continues to erode, wages are going to fall. Unless inflation comes down relatively quickly, they're going to find even less purchasing power. So they're going to have less dollars in their pocket and prices are going to be higher. That's a really, really bad formula. You'd like to think that that would sort itself out and eventually prices will fall. But I think we're looking at some short-term pain for average workers here when they go to the grocery store, when they go to the gas station, and they see that their dollar doesn't stretch as far as they'd like.
Brandon, opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange right there. How are we expecting that this may impact the markets today?
Yeah, I think markets are going to have a rough day. Early indications, future markets suggest that they're in the red today. I think that'll continue throughout the day. We'll see. Stock markets are volatile and not necessarily an indication of the full economy, as we know, but this is bad news to get on a Friday morning. Hopefully things will turn around in a positive direction. But right now we're seeing a lot of indicators on the economic front: high inflation, poor job figures, manufacturing output has begun to taper off. There's a lot of concerning signs out there that suggest that we're either in a recession or we're going to be in one very, very soon.
Yeah, the unemployment rate, just a common sense approach to it. You see them down. People need jobs. You can't afford anything if you don't have it. So clearly, people are pushing to get jobs, to get extra jobs. You talk to people, they're trying to find what they call side hustles, right? To earn extra money on the side to even pay for certain things because wages aren't matching inflation. That we know. Brandon Arnold joining us live. Brandon, thanks so much. We do appreciate your time. Meanwhile, there's coming up a New York College professor